You'll never know what hit you. Won't see me closing in. I'm gonna make you suffer. This hell you put me in. I'm underneath your skin. The devil within. You'll never know what hit you.
Hello and welcome to season 2 of Ionized Bastards. I'm your game master, Michael. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it. First of all, good friend of mine who gives great hugs from the Bombad cast. It's Jerry.
It's me. It's true. I have heard that. The hugs are top notch. So, but we'll just leave it at that. It's fine. It is fine. It's great to be here.
Hell yeah. Next up, our buddy Dan from Bro Axiom. How you doing, Dan?
I'm good. Fuck, why can't I think of his name right now? The Hug Master.
Jerry?
Yeah, I'm just about to say you've got to have a competition.
Jerry is the hug master.
Between
Great hug Yelp reviews.
God,
Just saying.
why can't I think of? Oh,
5 stars.
I think it's Chase.
Chase? Oh, Chase
Yeah.
gives great hugs too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I don't know why I'm blanking on his
They
name.
give fantastic hugs. Yeah, I will
Dude.
gladly.
It's a warm
I
embrace.
will gladly offer the mantle to them because they're way better at it than me. For sure.
Now, you know what? This is a man who, when I first hugged him, picked me up off the ground. It's Jared.
Yeah,
That guy.
my hug reviews are pretty good. I get pretty good reviews.
I will say Jared's no slouch when it comes to hugging, for sure. I will say, like, man, when I got to Scotty's wedding at the when I got to the airport,
They
for
need to
Scotty's
make
wedding.
a tomato meter
man.
for hugs.
A tomato meter for hugs. Oh yeah, listen. Jared is definitely fresh.
Certified
And
fresh
we'll
hugger.
certify that. And finally, you know,
Just
this guy
weird
gives
joke.
pretty good hugs too. You know, they're not the best I've ever had. He's pretty mid tier in terms of the huggers we've got here on
Not much of a
this
hugger.
show. It's Alden.
Well, that's because, unlike Jared, I'm busy thinking and thinking about what I'm going to say to you next mid hug, so we can continue the relationship beyond a momentary burst. That's the difference. I'm what they call. I'm what the internet right now calls a real fucker. All right, I'm not just Jared just coming in like, oh my god, come eat at my favorite place.
Real.
Oh.
Well, on that note, boys.
What is going on?
He said real fucker. All right.
This Ionized Bastards is for the real fuckers.
Amen.
Hell yeah.
The real fuckers
Don't
that
hug.
work in sports.
Alrighty. So, when last we left off, the Ionized Bastards had gone to Necronis to infiltrate the lair of the Death Chemist.
Hell yeah.
You guys had an encounter with a Toydarian named Tevin who had been infected with the Doxos Revenge, which brought to light sort of the grim reality at hand and the how lethal this toxin really is. You guys encountered an Ugnaught in the pipes named Jim, who guided you through the lair of the Death Chemist, whereupon you confronted her. And after subduing her in a fight, she provoked Fabian through some lines that were fed to her by one salvage. And Fabian lost his cool a little bit and gave her the final death. After which, you guys downloaded all the information you could from the Death Chemist's computer and left the factory, leaving it to blow. And as you guys regrouped in the Bastard, you received a communication from Donric Kallin informing you that Radel Taro and Marcelo Guster had just turned themselves into the New Republic. And that is where we are picking up, as you guys are still on the line with Donric. This is the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Yeah, can we establish really quick that this is a stupid idea done by stupid people? I just, while we have a witness, I just want everyone to know that.
Well, on their part, it's almost genius because that's the one place Vera most likely won't get them.
For
Yeah.
now. For
But
now.
what is it? Yeah, but leading, drawing all attention of the enemy there with pre-poke, with the assets, with the resources, exposing our connection to you, the amount of terminals that this thing could get into.
Well, from what I understand, Vera's already made contact with some New Republic negotiators trying to get her hands on him.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Awesome.
It's a developing situation. Can you guys meet?
Where?
I'm very capable of meeting.
We're not meeting at Exarian, but it's in the Exarian system. I'll send you coordinates.
Fine. Fabian is just like visibly distraught. Like, this is insane, and he is feeling some kind of way about everything that just happened back on Necronus, and is like clearly not doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Donric, do you still have pre-poke with you?
I had just dropped him off at the safe house. We're not bringing him to Exarian.
Yeah, we're not bringing him. What kind of stupid idea is that, Fabian?
I'm making sure your guy's safe.
Are you still thinking with fucking dark clouds hanging over your head? What's wrong with you? Let's take a shower. Let the adults figure this out. Donric, what's a security detail like there? We're not just
Like
going
I
to
said-
land and be like, hello.
We're working on a plan right now. We're working on numbers, all of it. Just get here when you can. We're working on a plan as is.
And how do we know that you're not compromised, Donric, in some way?
Fuck
do I
you,
know this?
Thalbor. How does that sound?
How do I know this, though? Everybody would say that. That's an established
actually
thing.
a very valid point.
Can
Yes.
I sense emotion?
Across space.
You're a good distance away. You can make
We're
an
on a
insight
phone
check if you
call. We're
want.
on a fucking phone call.
I'll say instead of sense emotion, just make an insight check.
Okay. Do I get advantage because I can use the force?
No.
I'm gonna ask every time. Eventually, you'll change your mind. That is a 9.
Okay. Donric's pretty pissed off right now and stressed.
Would you say it's stressed, like he's not alone and is under duress?
More likely stressed as in he's got a complicated situation, and on the other side of him, not physically, metaphorically speaking, is a very dangerous Evereni with a very dangerous poison.
Like an apocalyptic bioweapon.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Donric would find a way to communicate to us that he was doing this at Blaster Point. If he was.
Yeah, potentially. All right. Well, we'll set course and we'll go meet you, but kind of don't feel great about it. But granted, I haven't felt great in about half a year. So,
Yeah, well, I haven't felt great in an even longer time, so.
well, that's because you have very divorced energy.
His boyfriend was murdered by salvage.
So,
And he just hangs up.
I forgot that in and out of character. Realistically, it was both.
Griff Ryza was slaughtered by him. We were on the phone.
That was fucking rude.
It was a little bit. Don't be like B4D. Be better than me. Okay.
I am
So
better
it's-
than you.
Well, you don't have to say it, but I would agree.
I'm sorry.
I think that we should get reinforcements of some kind. What is the point of being a crew of adventurers if we don't have any?
You're right. All right, let's do a head count. We got your Lasat bounty hunter. We got
Can we call Sage? What are they? Sage doing anything? Wouldn't they wanna
last-
finish the fight.
Fabian, last you heard, Sage was helping the kind of recovery efforts on Vuma after the whole Caster Angel situation.
So he's indisposed.
Not entirely sure how actively busy he is, but
Or
you
is
just
it-
know that's generally what he's
Is he
up to
capable
these
for me to
days.
drop a line to Sage?
You've got his comm frequency. You can probably hit him up if you want.
I punch his shit into the hollow table.
Yes, exactly.
This
Now
is
we're
Sage.
cooking.
Sage, it's Fabian.
Mr. Martell, what can I do for you?
Unfortunately, Sage, I got to ask a favor of you, my friend.
Are you asking me to come to Xarian?
I'm asking you. What?
We're already on the way. We'll meet you there.
Donric hit you up?
You know it.
Good.
Didn't tell us that. Let us sit here stressing about putting everything together.
Ah,
Making a plan. We're making a
Put your
plan.
trust in your friends, Thalbor Sheems.
I
Thank
hate
you,
how
Sage.
oddly calming it was for you to say that. It's been a rough 6 months, Sage. Good to see you.
Thank
Happy
you,
to see you're
Sage.
doing well.
We'll see
Well.
you there.
And he hangs up.
Zuzo, any thoughts? Anything that you would like to do before this? Because it's been a stressful couple days for you too, pal. And it seems like we thought we had your arch nemesis under control, and we have that hanging over us too.
Yeah, that's why Misa no thinking we should hire the bounty hunter because he's good for nothing.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I mean, I'm happy to have that friend down the road, but it's not been a successful couple days for them either.
Misa no think he should be an enemy, but Misa no think we should put our trust in him.
I mean, Sage said we're on our way. So is he bringing like the full force of the Guardians?
Presumably, yes.
Okay. So
All right.
that's that. I think that's enough muscle that we don't need to bring a single bounty hunter in. We have a paramilitary. I'm sure Donric's going to have some New Republic forces with him. I think that we have enough muscle here going in.
Don't you have a comm for Luke Skywalker or something? Is he real?
Is he real?
Listen, all I know is that he went into a room with the Emperor and Vader, and he walked out. And if I ever see him, I owe him a drink.
Not really much use to us now, but good to know.
But I mean, I think this should be good. I mean, none of it's enough. None of it's okay. Real talk.
Misa thinks we should, as Fabian says, trust in the Force.
What good is that? What good is that? None of this has been going right. Not a single second of this has gone right, and it's my fucking fault. I'll say it, Thalbor, you were right. I'm out of fucking control.
Well,
I'm
no
out
one
of
really
fucking
wants to
control.
be proven right this way.
And I owe all of you an apology.
Oh, this is the part I'm here for.
And Jim is like,
know-
I forgive you.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
You haven't
Jim.
dropped Jim off yet.
Jim is. It's
thought
like a
it was- I thought it
sitcom
was-
moment of
Jim
like.
is like
I'm
sitting
still
on top
here
of
too.
a crate, like eating a packet of peanuts. Just,
I thought it was Jim.
Jim.
You're
Jim.
not saying it right. It's Jim.
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 Thank you, Jim.
Jim.
They, back when the Jedi Order was a thing, they teach you a lot about attachment and fear. And it was something that after the fall of the Order, I was never quite able to square. And I'm afraid of what could happen to all of you. And that fear has dominated my ability to lead, to be present, and actually handle this situation. Thalbor, I cannot tell you how much terror was in me when the full force of all the fucking syndicates was coming down on your head. I was horrified. I didn't think we were going to be able to get you out of there. It ended up being a lot easier than we thought it would be. Can't get good help these days, it looks like. But I've been so dominated by that I haven't been able to keep my head on straight. And I'm just afraid of what could happen to you all. And I'm not fit to be in the captain's seat like this, and I'm sorry. I could have gotten us all killed so many times going in lightsaber blazing. And that's on me.
Look, it's not easy for me to have these conversations because I am not being paid to have them. And I acknowledge that that is a character flaw, and I am working on it. You have a lot of time to think when you're in safe houses for 6 months. And I will say, I don't know what it's like to be a wizard or to be a dark sorcerer or wield a lightsaber or fight in a war or another war or serve a good regime and then a bad regime and all that. I don't know. But something you said that resonated with me, and it was the fear. If you tell anybody this, I will deny it. But I have been afraid several times for all three of you and Jim for our safety, for our futures and pre-poke, and the fear that I felt that I wouldn't be able to, to tell him a lot of shit that I got to tell him. And thinking about 4D running into his old family and thinking about Zuzo running into this bully that's been picking on him for years, it seems like. And just the way that we keep getting through these scrapes, but we keep having to close these other chapters. It just kind of feels like this is a moment. Sometimes when you're arguing in a courtroom, when you're about to win. And that it's that moment because the chances of losing are very, very high in those moments. And the fact that it could go so badly gives you a little bit of a push toward it going very, very well. And so I think if we all use the fear as a motivating factor and acknowledge that we are actually kind of cool for doing all this while scared, it might work. And on the subject of captainship, for the rest of this voyage, one time only, I will say 4-way co-captains. Final offer.
Misa thinking that the fear is where we find our true strengths. I say group hug.
I am all for a group hug.
Fabian moves in for the group hug, and because he can tell Thalbor's obviously slightly resistant to it, he kind of nudges him a little bit with the force. He kind of like pulls him not like a full force pull, but just
you
a
do
little
it
bit
on one side, and Jim does it on the other.
Wait, Jim uses the force on Thalbor?
No, Jim uses his normal hands.
I just Jim's like looking down, like, I guess you can be in this too. All right.
And 40 obviously reaches all the way around everybody.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking too.
Oh, I like this droid hug.
This feels good, I guess. This is nice.
Not going to lose it all again.
By the way,
I can't do it without you guys.
Okay. All right. Well,
by the way, that was not the definition of 4-way in my databanks. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. Can you file those? Make a file in your databanks for talk about with your parents later. We'll explain it to you.
Filed.
Thank you.
Fabian fucked like an animal on the Gundark's nest, so he's excited for this conversation.
Fabian, again, I don't know how any of this works, but just try making your decisions out loud. And in exchange, I will do the same thing when I'm planning on conning people that are shooting at us.
I knew a guy who said a funny thing about trying, but I like it. And then Fabian like individually hugs Thalbor and thanks him.
Okay. All right. Take a shower.
As you
goes
wipe
up and
off some of
hugs
the
the
blood
both
that
of
was
them.
on Faven.
Disgusting.
Just all the carbon scoring on his chest plate under his
Mhm.
under his tunic too. Like it's just all dingy.
Alrighty. You guys take your long rest as you are on your way to the Xarian system. So you guys restore all your hit points, all your tech points, force points, all that stuff. You guys, a few hours later, come out of hyperspace and make your way to the coordinates Donric sent you, and you see a New Republic light cruiser there.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Not all of what I'm talking about, but it's better than the Junkyard Leviathan battle.
Mhm.
I mean, assuming that it's armed, stocked up, ready to go. I mean, they've been demilitarizing steadily over the past couple of years, and they will continue to do so, according to some stuff I wasn't supposed to read, but I did read.
I think Fabian tries to hail that light cruiser.
Oh yeah, and you guys were given landing codes by Donric, so they
Oh,
Go through-
we're landing on that cruiser.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were all doing a meet and they were in orbit.
Ha!
Okay.
They want
Good.
Thought Regimes to dock on the New Republic cruiser.
Well, I mean,
Approved.
Fabian looks at Thalborn. Oh, you can take a look at what they got going for us. See what kind of gas we're playing with.
All right. Well,
Alrighty. So you guys head toward their hangar bay. The Bastard docks in there. You see there's a couple other shuttles where they're like unloading these. Zuso, you recognize these instantly. These are big, like military grade communications jammers that are being unloaded off of this ship into the cruiser. And you see it's some of Sage's Guardians that are doing the unloading, and they give a wave to you. And one of them like looks over and they're like, "Oh shit, is that 4D? 4D, what's up, man?"
Hello, friends. It is good to see you again.
It's been like 6 months. How you been?
Pretty fucking great.
Oh, you've been.
How are you?
That's wow. You never used to talk like that, huh?
I've had my language center updated. It also came with a glossary of very interesting terms I am excited to make use of this damn day.
Good for you. He like pats you on the shoulder.
I just
And
love
he-
the idea that this Guardian who's having this conversation, who's so taken aback by 4D saying fuck, like looks over and is like, wow, that's crazy. And then sees the vagrant cyborg Gungan, the infamous scumbag lawyer
Yeah.
Arthurian, and like the notorious pit fighter. Like, yeah, it checks out.
this is the
And-
Star Wars remake of 3 Men and a Baby.
And he looks over at you three and he's like, "You take care of 40, all right?
He's in safe hands, don't you worry.
40, you
Have a
take
great
care of
fucking day.
these." And he's like laughing as he goes back to unloading the ship.
The Guardians are having their own they fly now moment, but it's
Yeah.
they cuss now? They cuss now.
We're so
And
good.
Donric comes into the hangar at this point. Come on, we got a briefing to go to.
All right.
Oh, great. A briefing room. Everybody loves these.
This
great, a
situation just
briefing
got
room.
so much worse than we could have possibly
What
imagined.
the fuck
Never
do you
mind.
mean it got worse?
I'm going back
Follow
on the
me.
ship.
Awesome.
I am going back on the ship.
He leads you to this big old briefing room. So a few hours ago, one of our negotiators made contact with Vera Doxos.
Sure, that went well.
All right.
I'll go ahead and play the recording for the group.
Oh, God.
I understand your frustrations, Vera. I do. But Radel Taro and Marcelo Guster are in our custody now, and they will be put on trial for their crimes. They will face justice at our hands, I can assure you.
Have you ever lost everything?
What?
Have you ever lost everything?
I lost a lot of friends during the war.
You suffered losses, but have you ever lost everything?
No, I haven't.
Then you do not understand. I was born Evereni, which meant I was hated and feared, shunned from the moment I came into this universe. I was always alone until I met Zon. If the history of my species is anything to go by, we should have killed one another. And yet we understood each other, fell in love. The one being in the galaxy that could understand my experiences, and those power-hungry betrayers took him from me.
But according to Radel and Marcello, they killed Zon because he was planning on unleashing a plague that could have killed billions.
Such is the way of the galaxy. So allow me to make this very clear. Either you deliver Radel Taro and Marcello Gusta to me, or I will unleash the Doxos Revenge on the worlds of your new republic.
Surely you can't be serious.
Oh, I am. I will not hesitate to release it into a New Republic spaceport and see how many of your planets are utterly annihilated as it spreads. Sure, you could shut down the hyperlanes to stop the spread, but how quickly will the already fragile faith in your republic crumble if you do that? When your people find out you're cutting off their travel and shipping to protect two crime lords, you have 24 hours to bring Radel Taro and Marcello Gusta to me on Exarian, or I will devastate the worlds and shatter your republic.
That's how things can get worse.
Well, it's definitely not a great result.
They've called an emergency session of Senate to discuss what should be done about this. But everyone on this ship knows that we're not going to wait for that.
Good.
Yeah, they're really good at talking, which I can respect. But there's a reason why I get results and I'm rich, and most of those Senate people are living, modest means, and I'm not. So
He looks at your kind of like dingy, scraped up suit.
let the record reflect this is dingy because of Fabian.
Jared question and then Fabian question.
Yes.
Did we successfully prevent the shipment of the chunk of the Doxos Revenge that Salvage was supposed to get when we destroyed the Death Chemist compound?
So Salvage did not get his
batch that is off the board.
Yes, and the factory is off the board. So the only Doxos Revenge that's left is whatever Vera's got.
Okay, and Salvage did not get any before that conversation, before we destroyed the compound.
So it would seem, given the conversation that he had with the Death Chemist, it sounds like he has not received any.
Like that was supposed to be his first wave.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Now Fabian Martel.
Okay.
Do you have any intelligence that can point you towards whether or not they've been able to mobilize and get any of this shit off the planet yet?
We don't know. We don't know anything about where Vera's keeping it. Most likely, she already has a target in mind if she is willing to follow through with this threat. Hence the jammers that you saw. Because we've got an operation planned, at least. And we need your help to do it.
What's your plan?
All right. So, we've got someone on the inside of Vera Casino feeding us information.
Who's your contact?
A Chadra fan named Golly.
He's like a stand-up guy.
You want to run that by me again?
It's a Chadra fan named Golly. Said that he seemed to really admire you guys, and so he contacted us and let us know how Radel and Marcello got out of there. There's a secret escape tunnel that's off the books that goes under the entire casino.
So let's just say that somebody in this crew, not me, surely, forgot about Golly. What do I need to know about Golly?
Golly was the one I was kind of barking orders at after I beat the dog shit out of Drock.
He gave you all the info on Drock Wraith and how he got to Exaria and all that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Just in case anyone else forgot. You know.
In all fairness, I don't
how
think we're
one of
putting
the-
you in touch with Golly.
like I don't know, maybe like one of the most important NPCs in the way that their lover was murdered by the main villain of the show. Nothing like that.
No, that wasn't me either. That was the character. The dream has no memory of this.
that was Dalton Ayaz.
Yeah, exactly. Hate that guy.
You keep fucking me up. Okay, that's something.
So the plan is
Are,
we're on a timetable here, obviously, with Vera's ultimatum. So we're gonna put you and the Guardians under Vera Casino through this escape tunnel. They're gonna put those jammers down and defend them in case, because obviously the Doxos are gonna figure out pretty quick that something's going on.
okay.
It'll buy you time to get in there, stop Vera, and use whatever shutdown command she has. You'll find a way, I'm sure. It's not a great plan. It's the best we got. But you need to get to Vera, and you need to apprehend her, stop her from unleashing this Doxos Revenge.
What's the snub fighter situation on this cruiser?
So the problem is they've got AA guns down at the casino. So we're probably not going to send in fighters right away. We do have a few of the Guardians who are going to try and take out those guns, so that way we can mobilize fighters.
Okay.
But that'll be going on simultaneously with your part of the operation. Again, just more distractions as we can manage it.
Any decent turbo lasers that could fire anything that could hit the surface of the planet? I'm trying to take out any infrastructure they could use to get anything off the planet. Cut off escape routes, limit their ability to get any of that poison off world.
We're not entirely certain. Once we launch the operation, we're going to send word to the rest of the New Republic. Obviously, they won't approve it, but we're not going to wait for that. But once they realize we've already gone all in on this, they'll send support when they don't have much other choice.
So what exactly are we? So in terms of like area, like are we talking one base, one whole complex? Like what is the level to which we need to bring this to the ground? Because
Vera's the only one who's willing to follow through on this threat. So if you apprehend Vera, we're good.
Any
And
word
while-
about her circle?
Well, obviously, she's going to have Halex by her side, and that's going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome.
Does Donric know that Metal Ass is involved?
Yeah, you told him that
That's what I
Aurochs
thought.
is salvage, yeah.
Okay.
And I
Well-
don't know if Aurochs is really capable of combat with salvage in him, but it's not impossible that he would try and stop you.
When we raided the Death Chemist facility, he was speaking in his old voice. He has a body back. Where he was broadcasting from, we don't know. If that was him talking through a computer and that he was able to use his old vocabulary, we don't know. There's a good chance we have something worse than the old body. And it took me a while to break through that. I'm sure he's found a way to make himself lightsaber proof by this point.
The only question is if that body's on Xarian.
Exactly.
Now we know that Vera is held up in the casino, correct?
Correct.
Have we considered crashing the light cruiser into the casino?
Too many civilian casualties. There's still so many people
Oh,
trapped
we
in
could
there.
just something.
We're
clickety
not going
clack,
to do that.
evacuation or something.
And also, a failed aerial strike is what let the Death Chemist survive.
That's a good point.
We're
That's
not
your
going to repeat
first
that
good point.
mistake.
Okay, question. Just because I want to see if we can cut him off at the pass and outthink him. Would these jammers potentially disable Salvage's ability to like transmit his consciousness?
I'm not going to lie, Fabian. I don't know. Because apparently Radel and Marcelo, according to the interviews that other interrogators have gotten with them, thought that their jammers, nothing could get past it. And clearly they were wrong on that one. So I don't know if Salvage's technology is just operating on a different level or uses some obscure frequency. I don't know how that shit works.
Okay. I don't want to. I'm. Faven kind of looks at the rest of the bastards. I'm not trying to focus too much on salvage. You and I both know we have a little bit too much of a vested interest on stopping that son of a bitch. But
trust me, I get it. But
there's just too many players down there to not take any chances and not maybe take advantage of this shot at neutralizing him.
I understand. And let me tell you, we've been as thorough as we can be. Even these jammers we're using were brought from Vuma. They're old Caster Angel tech. We triple check to make sure that there is no essence of salvage in them.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to trust you.
All right.
Wow.
Donric, are you going to
Did we just have a moment there? Is that what just happened, Thopor?
I wouldn't call it a moment. I would just say that there's no one left in the galaxy that can say the words, "We checked it for any trace of salvage," and even know what that means. And so you are kind of one of the only people that I have right now. And I'm man enough to acknowledge that.
That's very sweet of you.
Would Misa's holographic disguise be any use?
What's the range?
It's a bit too risky to send you in on your own into the casino posing as someone normal. And I don't want to split you off from the group.
Are you trying to say that my friend here doesn't look normal?
I'm just saying it didn't work out so well for you guys last time you split up like that.
Handsome for a Gungan.
You ended up in a cell across from me.
Okay. Thalbor, you still have space CTE.
I mean, to say it like that, it's very serious. But
I think we both got scars from an electrostaff that are not going to heal anytime soon. So
for a minute, I thought you were being Gungist.
That brings me to my last
Gungist.
question.
You're a
it's a unique form of racism.
You're a Gungist.
He can't be worse than Miggs Mayfeld.
You still don't want us to see your face?
Sensational line delivery. That brings me to one last question, Donric. Are you going to be boots on the ground with us?
I'm working on whether or not I'm going to stay up here and kind of coordinate because I want to be down with you guys because I need to be down there in case Aurochs shows up in those tunnels. But I don't know. What do you think, Faven?
I don't. Listen.
Because I'm decent with a blaster, but
I know
I'm
you
not
are
on the level that you guys are, I think.
Listen, this is going to be a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black. My buddies here can attest to that. You're too valuable to get lost in the sauce on the salvage tip here. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. If he's down there in a squishy human body, it's nothing Thalbor couldn't handle. And if he's down there in some type of reinforced Beskar, Frake, Cortosis, alloy armor, there's not much any of us can do other than hold him off for as long as we can.
Yeah.
You're a damn good tactician, and I'd like to have you down there. But I can't let you put yourself in danger because you want revenge.
I hate it when you're right.
I do too.
Yeah, like put his hand on Donric's shoulder on that one.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'll
your
stay
call.
up here.
It's your call. Just think with your head, not your heart on this one.
And you're right, and it will give me an opportunity to be the one to contact the rest of the New Republic once shit goes down.
And then is Sage coming with as well?
Sage is going down in the tunnels with you. I feel be on fending off any sort of syndicate members while you guys. Yes,
I have a question. We have an Ugnaught named Jim.
Jim has just been like riding on 40's shoulders this whole time.
Yeah, like,
I'm Jim.
Would you like Jim to come, or would you like to babysit Jim? Because we were gonna drop Jim off, and then you drafted us into the final battle.
This is gonna be a little too hot for Jim.
I mean, Jim, are you
Jim,
interested in making?
what's your skill set? And Jim's like, I fix turlets.
Turlets.
Well,
I mean, GM knows pipe systems.
he knows pipes, he knows systems. Handy with a wrench. You got you got some credits on here somewhere. Pay Jim.
Sage, have we got any smaller jammers that can fit into pipes? Sage is like, we can make something work.
All right, Jim.
Great.
Welcome.
Welcome to the New Republic, Jim.
Second thing, these briefing rooms, they usually have Mon Calamari sitting up top, and I don't see any. Are there going to be Mon Calamari at some point? I'm just curious. They normally they tend to overlook these meetings and then say something cool once they're over. That's what I was told.
You watch too many Hollow vids.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
That was Jared and Fabian laughing at that.
Yeah. And so Donric, like, I think that about covers it. Obviously, I'll forward you the route you'll be going through, and he pulls up a little hologram. He's like, the tunnels go underneath into here, this unfinished arena that was being built by Loxy. My condolences. And that'll lead upward into Vera's new office and command center.
That one snuck up on me. And I'm choked up. Fuck. Okay. Oh, fuck you, Michael. Oh, you sneaky little fuck.
That's Michael, sneaky little fuck McCoy.
Clever little sneak. Already. But you guys have a little bit while they're loading up the Bastard with these jammers. So if there's any conversations you want to have with Donric, with Sage actually looks like he kind of wants to talk with you, Fabian.
Oh, no.
He senses a little bit of what's going on over there and is a little worried.
It's like taking like any type of like thermal vision thing and like putting it over a hot oven.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no. The pH level of the room changed for Sage when I walked in. Cool. Well, I can go over to Sage, who clearly needs to speak with me.
Fabian, when we were on Vuma 6 months ago, I was concerned for the darkness I felt within you. It's a different shade now, but there nonetheless.
Yeah. Sage, you ever run with the Jedi?
Not quite.
Now that's something I'd like to know about. Fabian's like clearly like trying to be like really jovial to make up for like everything.
Not Jedi per se. Obviously, I am sensitive, and once I tried to help train someone.
Man, Sage, we're gonna have to swap stories later.
Once all this is done, gladly.
You know, there's all that attachment talk, and I get it. I get it now more than ever. I get it more than when I was a Jedi. I can't lose it all again, man. Not with them. Not with them. This all started 4D. And fuck that. No, it didn't start with 4D. It started the moment I thought Salvage killed Thalbor. I didn't know we were going to find him on that goddamn ship. I was preparing for hauling out an Ithorian corpse and knew that I was going to lose control. And now that fucking Mandalorian came after 4D and I lost control. and I've been losing control. And the Empire took everything away from me. And I won't lose them like I lost everybody else. Not if I can stop it. Not if I can stop it this time.
That fear is powerful, Fabian, and it can help, but it can hurt as much as it helps. I don't need to tell you what's at stake here. You know it more, I think, than anyone else on this ship. The things you've seen, the losses you've seen, the shadows that enveloped you all those decades ago. Do you worry that your friends would not survive if not for you?
They're capable. All of them. They've gotten in and out of countless scraps before I ever sauntered into their lives. But
then remember that. Hold that close. And remember that you aren't the only thing capable of protecting them. That all of this does not fall on you.
Okay.
You are one thread in the tapestry of the Force, as are they.
No, you're not much. I know you're not a capital J Jedi or anything, Sage, but I wouldn't have minded being your Padawan.
And you see, he gives like a very sad smile. I don't think I would trust myself to train anyone again, but
we got to talk about your fear next time. Yeah.
And he does like genuinely laugh a little bit at that.
I'm glad because Fabian immediately is like, "Oh God, that was Alden's fucking divorced moment. Oh fuck!" The same thing he did.
And he goes, "Trust in your friends, Fabian Martell. Know that they are capable on their own. And trust in yourself. May the Force be with you."
May the Force be with you, Sage.
He goes to finish loading up the bastard with all the jammers he's moving from his ship. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Talk about with each other, with Donric, anyone?
Fabian has a great fucking cry in the refresher.
Fabian's
been like a little like.
When you were talking and you said the shadows, my brain was like, the shadows of the Empire. It's all connected. Dash Rendar confirmed for Bastards.
What a wild fucking swing that would be. Michael's like, yeah, I never planned on having any canon characters because it was a Legends character the whole time.
That is some shit I would pull. Knowing me, it'd be like, and the main villain is Montross. Like some bullshit like that. Like,
I think before we head out,
Zorba the Hutt.
It would be
Zorba. I think Fabian takes 4D aside. And he's like, okay. Things are get dicey in there, okay? I know you can handle yourself. I have nothing but all the faith in you. We don't quite know what we're getting into. This is like in like the little living room part on the Bastard. Like obviously like we're still docked in there.
Mm-hmm.
Fabian reaches onto the wall and grabs Salvage's old electro staff. And he hands it off to 4D. He's like, I don't know how close quarters this shit's going to get. If we're going to be in these tunnels, we might get up in somebody's face. So he hands it off to him. And Fabian unhooks his lightsaber, kicks it on. Show me what you got.
like 40 like kind of like spins it because he is a HK assassin droid, and he like spins it like around his body very deftly and everything.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm sure, like, you know, Fabian's like parrying
Was that
and
good?
blocking as much as he can. Yeah, come at me, buddy.
Fuck!
Come at me. No, like if Fabian's like getting ready, like, no, like at me. At me.
Yeah.
Don't
He spins a couple
don't
times. He gets a couple of good like swings. Yeah, again, like very, very kind of like you're saying, like surprising a little bit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
All right. You hold on to that. Stay safe with it. And then Fabian kind of winks at it and he's like, plus it's a little psychological warfare for our buddy down there.
I will cherish this forever, Fabian Martel.
Yeah, don't break it. It's going back on the wall. That's our first trophy from our first adventure. Isn't that right, buddy?
Ah.
And Thalbor, you walk in as you see 40 wielding the electro staff that nearly twice killed you. So anyway, is there anything else you guys would like to do before you head out on your mission?
I think Fabian thinks about taking another swing at the crystal, but realizes that, like, not yet. This is the test he's been waiting for.
Okay.
Thalbor, look. Are you looking? Are you looking, Thalbor?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Thalbor, watch this. Watch this, Thalbor.
Salvage his electro staff.
That's great.
Did you
Keep it
see?
over there. I saw.
You see?
You're doing
Thalbor?
great.
Move it over there.
You're doing great. This is
Misa,
the exact
I love you.
tone. I love you too. This is the exact tone and rhythm of when an elementary schooler, even a middle schooler, needs to use the bathroom in the middle of a lesson.
He's like, look what I could do. He's Stuart.
I thought you were gonna go in a different funny thing kids do direction, where like a kid that age would be like, "Hey, look at this," and they just go. And
Oh,
that's it.
yeah.
Are you watching? Are you? That's the thing. That's what they do. They go, "Are you watching?
Are you watching? Is like peak, and it's always like, I'm gonna do a flip or I'm gonna do a cartwheel, and really they just get their feet off the ground for a second.
Well,
like
40 did a couple of flips and all that kind of stuff. He actually did some cool shit. But...
It's like when kids put on a new pair of shoes and they think they can run faster and jump higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, as a shoe salesman, that does work.
A bit. Yes. Misa thinks that 4D needs a fresh oil bath.
I agree.
Everyone's pampering me tonight.
We are all aware of the fact that the moment we see Salvage, he's got to start whispering sweet nothings in your ear about how much we all fucking suck. So we're making sure you go into the fight like, I got a new toy, I got a bath, Thalbor loves
You would
me.
never listen to
all of my dads are so nice.
all of my dad. I love all of my dads.
Yeah, you got your gay dad teaching you how to fight. Your klepto dad wants to give you a bath. Thalbor's watching you play. Like,
You know,
Woo, best
you start
night ever.
You start wanting to create what if Star Wars but Guardians of the Galaxy, and you end up, like I said, with 3 Men and a Baby. You end up with a slightly fucked parenting sitcom.
It's true.
I guess.
Very true.
Well,
All right.
cool. So,
All right.
we're doing this.
Donric sort of comes in for like a final, like, you boys ready?
No, but we're going to go, if that's what you're asking.
is there any type of like extra armor or equipment we can give Thalbor, by the way? Just any padding?
Yeah, because right now I've got this wrist blaster, and I can scream, which you are acquainted with.
Fabian also, like, as he says that, like, takes out his like heavy disruptor pistol and like slides it into Thalbor's pocket and is like, I know you like it when I give people guns.
Well, you know,
Thalbor, what's your AC right now? Just remind me.
my AC right now, where the hell is it?
I don't know. It's your character sheet.
Yeah, but I have the digital one. I've lost.
No,
it.
I know.
There it is.
That's why
I'm
I
in the
don't know
wrong
where it is.
Dude, my AC is 10. Somebody soup me up. We're going into war.
Get him some of that power armor or something that dude in the Nihil has.
For real. Zetar.
And you see
Nerd.
Donric sort of leaves for a second. He's like, hold on. It's like, it's not the most reliable. He's got like a little, like, it looks almost like a utility belt, but it's just like really thick, like chunky tech blocks on it. And he's just like, it's a shitty portable shield generator that doesn't work as well as one of these probably should. It's better than nothing. And he throws it at you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying you don't have any on this cruiser that work. I'll walk. I'll go up and down the elevator for it.
He'll walk.
I'll go get it. This
Look,
is all you have.
It's not that one in particular is shit. That whole model is shit, and that's what we got.
Oh, it's awesome. It's really great that you guys
Like-
won a war just to do this. That's awesome. Good job.
I'm not the
Battlefront 1.
fucking technology guy, Thobor. I'm the intelligence guy.
Fabian gets a brief intrusive thought where he's like, "We lost to you fucking guys." But like, it goes as fast as it comes. Where he's like, "No, not
Seriously.
not we."
Oh my God. So
That will give you a +1 bonus to your armor class. It does not work if you are wearing medium or heavier armor.
Well, I am not, so that's good. Where should I put it?
Well, I just make a note of it for
I
now,
have-
and we'll figure out what to do with it on your.
I have light
sheet.
armor. Yeah, I have I have what I've described as like a Wilson Fisk, like it's like lined
Yeah.
with,
Like armor
just-
weave, like Dooku's
Yeah.
cape.
Where I'm looking for a place to put it, Michael. I'm just looking
Okay.
for where I have.
While you look for that, Donric's like, okay, so you guys will engage the Bastard stealth systems. You'll land at the coordinates that Golly's provided for us. Use the tunnel there. Follow the path, and Sage and his guardians will split off from you as you go deeper. Cut through that arena and get to Vera.
Sounds good.
And
Faye
do it
goes to give
before they get communications back online.
Fabian gives him like a Lord of the Rings, like forearm tickly handshake, and is like, "May the force be with you."
Likewise.
Oh man, this is scary. Shit's real, y'all. This shit's real. This ain't no
Misa
fucking
excited.
game. Zuzo like, "Let's go."
The stakes have not set in for Zuso. He's like, this is
No.
neat. Alrighty. So you guys are the first ones to depart from this ship, heading toward Exarian. You guys go down. And again, if anyone wants to stop and say anything or do anything, please interrupt me. But
Just off topic, gameplay
Yes.
wise, because I have the digital sheet. You don't have to worry about that. I was able to hit plus, type in shield generator, light, medium, heavy came in. I hit light, it added +1, so we're
awesome. Perfect.
set. We're good.
Okay. So you guys fly the Bastard. Who's flying the Bastard? I guess I should technically.
Probably me and Zuzo. It's typically what ends up happening is we're both in the
Okay.
pilot seats.
So Zuso and Thalbor, you set the ship down. The casino is very it's a wide, sprawling facility, but it's also sort of near. It's very much like Canto Bite, where it's right by sort of like a beach area, and you guys, much like Finn and Rose, set down by the shore, and you guys.
There's the shuttle parkers.
Mm-hmm. And so
Oh,
you
God, I hope
guys.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt isn't here.
You don't see Joseph Gordon-Levitt anywhere, luckily.
Just headed off to the casino.
But you guys head toward where you were directed. Sage and his guardians are with you, so you've got like a dozen other guys. Jim is with you as well. He splits off first to go into the sewer system, carrying a backpack full of just smaller comm jammers. I'll see y'all later. Don't fucking die.
Well, there he goes. Goodbye.
Alrighty.
So we're never seeing that guy again, right?
Mm-mm.
We all agree on that.
I don't know. Sage is
What?
like, I don't know why you agreed to let that one come along.
Well, we're not exactly working with
Jared, you're muted.
a grand army here. I don't think he is. He doesn't have the mute icon next to his name.
Yeah,
Jared, say something.
he's dead.
Jared, it's your mic, not the StreamYard.
Yeah.
No, I have too many inputs going at once because all of my stuff is programs duct tape on top of each other. I was trying to turn on my helmet and it didn't work, so pretend I have my helmet on. I didn't want to bring him on either. I said he should stay on the ship.
Look, he has an emotional investment in what's happening. He lost everything, including a good union job.
Is that seriously why he's here?
Well, he did lose everything to these same people. He was like working under duress. We found him while we were going after the death chemist in a hellhole.
And he was a foreman.
Yeah, everyone was diseased and dying.
Well, let's just get on with this.
Seemed
so
like one of our
Sage
better
and-
decisions.
and his guardians kind of split off at one point. And you see a few of them are setting up the jammers and activating them as you guys continue infiltrating. And like I said, this casino is a massive facility. And these tunnels are fairly crude. You get the sense that these were, Radel and Marcello's absolute in case of emergency.
Can I assume there's like blinking light bars? And...
Not even like
No.
it is like, it's not like Hoth where, there's at least tubes and shit running through here.
Yeah.
No, these are just dirt tunnels.
Awesome.
Oh, 40s headlights and lightsaber light it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got something on my arm that I'm probably using.
Zuso's got like a glow rod in his middle finger.
Yeah.
That he's... So you guys, the tunnel actually leads into what they were talking about. It's part of the pod race course at one point that you kind of have to cut across and into the...
Good times.
Yeah, you see a few fragments of Lonnie. Lonnie's pod.
Bud.
Got some Lonnie on you there.
Thalbar
Gotta
walks
wipe
by.
some Lonnie off your shoe.
Thalbar walks by the crash site, pulls out his flask, unscrews, pours a little, screws it back.
Takes a drink and then...
Ugh.
Fabian uses the force to levitate the flask into his hand, like drops down the mouth part of the helmet, and also does a shot and then hands it back over.
So you guys head into this arena that's under construction. And it is like pitch black in there. Lights are all out. But as you guys take a few steps in, the lights all start to come on.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And Fabian, you see that this is like an almost one-for-one replica of his setup on the Gundark's Nest. Loxy was very much up to his old bullshit. And
My heart.
and again, it's not
My
finished.
heart. I
So-
know.
So like all the seating isn't in yet. But it's like very like fluorescent lighting, and it's just a massive circular arena.
It's the fucking pit.
And as you guys continue moving forward, you do hear an overhead voice from like an intercom system. So it seems you are coming back after all.
Is that Radel or Marcello?
It's Vera.
Oh, the Vera. Okay, that's not a stuff here that I'm used to. Okay.
Yeah.
You're good. That was.
It's hard to differentiate Radel and Vera. Their voices are very similar.
No, you're good. I thought I was crazy. You're good. Don't worry. That was me. Okay, cool. All right. Crazy blue bitch. Let's go.
So, you return to Exarian to what? Try and stop me from getting my revenge on Radel and Marcello?
Something like that.
This droid was right. You are a nuisance.
Well, Yusa suck.
Some were just yes.
There's like a long silence. And eventually you hear a different voice that sounds like Halex. I told you to walk away, Martel.
Fat chance of that happening, Halex. You chose the wrong side. This is your last chance to surrender.
You really are stupid. What, you think your little... What, you come here with the New Republic? You think they're going to be able to stop us?
Oh, no, I think an ex-inquisitor, a scumbag lawyer, a cyborg, and a cuddly assassin droid are going to kick your dicks in, is what I think.
Very confident, Mr. Martel. I mean, you've got plenty of reason to be. I saw your fights on the nest. But did you ever even consider why I went to a shithole like the Gundark's nest in the first place?
You know, it crossed my mind, and I thought I had a really good bead on what you were telling me when we had that conversation. But why don't you enlighten me?
Hawkscuff may have been a piece of shit, but he was out for money. You know, he was selling off some of his old collection. Let's just say I have an interest in antique weapons, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to use these. You hear the igniting sound of two lightsaber blades as the doors on the other side of the arena open, and Halex is dragging two lightsabers on either side of her, shooting up sparks as she approaches.
What color are they?
Yeah.
Faben.
They're Faben colored?
You have not seen these lightsabers in 2 decades.
Lightsabers.
But you recognize them instantly. One of them used to be yours. The other belonged to
What?
Jax
It's
Kallin.
mine?
One of them is yours. The other belonged to Jax Kallin.
Oh shit! It's so much.
And
worse.
as she readies herself for battle, that's where we're going to end this episode of Ionized Bastards.
What?
And we will see you in the season finale next time.
And then give me my lightsaber back, you bitch!
No!